Okay, good day, Kayipa. So I will be discussing a brief introduction on intellectual property and patents. So today you are going to learn the concept of what you call IP or intellectual property and why do we need to protect your ideas using our intellectual property rights and what is patent and how do we get value from our patents. So let's start with the definition of an intellectual property. So pag sinabi nating IP, this refers to creations of our minds. So kapag meron tayong inventions, literary or artistic works, mga logos natin, names, images, and designs that can be used in commerce. So those are creation of minds. So pwede silang matawag na IP. And speaking of IP, it comes in several forms. So IP can be classified as patent. So ito yung mga technical features of innovations. Pwede din natin na-classify ang IP as trademark or your brand names and logos. Registered design, so in terms of the appearance of products or devices, and copyrights for graphic and literary materials. Now, why do we need to protect an idea? So, legal protection of your idea or invention ensures the future position of your company or your brand and enables you to make money in a highly competitive marketplace. So, kung na-protect natin ang ating ideas, okay, so pwede natin tong pagkakitaan later on. So it stops also others from copying your ideas, allowing you to maximize the return you deserve for investing your time, capital, and resources in the invention of the idea. Okay, so maiiwasan natin dito yung pagkakaroon ng tinatawag nating infringement, no? Wherein others will copy our own ideas. So an example of a intellectual property is yung Apple Company, no? So ito yung logo ng Apple Company and it is a registered trademark. So the name Apple and the logo above are examples of some registered trademarks. So in total daw, Apple holds approximately 8,000 registered trademarks. So napakarami, no? Since Apple is a very big and well-known company. So Apple also holds approximately 5,400 patents covering all of the technical aspects of its product. No? So if you will search Apple sa ating mga patent search databases, so napakarami ang makikita nyong patents. Registered designs for Apple, so nasa 2,700 daw. Registered designs for uniquely styled products. So yung mga iPhones natin, mga iPad, etc. And in terms of copyright, so meron ding mga copyright si Apple. So let's talk more about patents. So patents are the only mechanism for protecting your technical ideas. Okay? So patents are property, meaning they have value. So meron tayong pera na pagkakakitaan if we want to market those properties. And of course, tatangkilikin to ng investors. Patents are a negative right. So they detail what cannot be done by others. So again, we want to protect our ideas through filing a patent. Okay? So ano ba yung criteria natin para matawag nating patentable yung isang product? So let's talk about the patentability. So what can be patented? Sabi dito, nearly anything technical. So pwede tayong mag-patent ng product, pwede tayong mag-patent ng apparatus, or pwede rin tayong mag-patent ng methods. Okay? So methods or uses. For examples, mga material, mga new composition, apparatus for making, apparatus for purifying water, for extracting something, method for creating or process steps, no? Or mga treatment methods natin. So others such as used for a drug, used for a paint, etc. Okay, so pwedeng patentable ang mga yun. And if we want to patent something, take note that it must meet the following criteria. So number one, it must be new, or in other words, tinatawag natin tong novel. Number two, it must be non-obvious. So meron siyang tinatawag na inventive step. And number three is it must be capable of industrial application. So nagagamit siya in industry. Okay? So novelty, anything made available to the public anywhere. So kailangan nating mag-perform ng tinatawag nating prior art. Okay, so sa prior art search, dito natin makikita lahat ng published documents, posters, lectures, patents, no? And by performing prior art search, so pwede nating ma-determine yung novelty ng ating idea. Okay, so if may nakita kang almost similar doon sa ating database na patent search, then your idea may not be novel. Okay? So ano pa ang makikita kapag nag-patent search tayo? So makikita dito yung ating disclosure. Okay, so the invention must not have been made available to the public in any way, anytime, anywhere. Okay? Next one, the criteria for inventive step. So sa sinasabi dito, your invention must not be obvious to a person who is skilled in the art. Okay, so pag sinabi mong person skilled in the art, this is a person who can read, okay, who can speak the language, who can make routine selections, overcome problems, and doesn't make inventive leaps. Okay? And an invention may be considered inventive if it has an unexpected or surprising result. It is not obvious to try or non-routine, and it overcomes a technical problem. So in UK and in Europe, so meron tayong exclusions from the patentability criteria. Okay? So methods of medical treatment, diagnosis, computer programs, mathematical models, presentation of informations, and methods of doing business. So hindi yan kino-consider as patentables. Okay? So isama nyo na rin dito yung mga important discoveries. So, hindi mo pwedeng i-patent. Okay? So, inventorship and ownership. Pag sinabi nating inventor, so these are the actual devisors of the invention. Okay? So, kung sino yung gumawa ng product, yun yung tinatawag nating inventor. So, ownership may depend upon the relationship of the inventors and any other parties involved. Okay? So the patent may be invalidated if the inventors and or owners are not correctly identified. So freedom to operate. Your patent stops others from using your IP, but that does not allow you to use it yourself. Okay, so meron tayong tinatawag na FTO or freedom to operate. So kailangan mong you may therefore have to license, to buy, or attack the other patents to gain the full potential from your invention. Okay, and if we are looking for a patent, then dapat kailangan nating matignan ang mga parts Okay, so here is the basic anatomy of a patent. So first and foremost, you have the title, no? And then after the title, meron tayong abstract. So this abstract helps us do the patent searches. So dapat nandito yung mga important keywords na makakatulong sa atin to identify your patent. Okay? Then meron tayong tinatawag na detailed description. So dito naglalagay tayo ng background. Okay? Generic statements defining the invention. Okay? Detailed description of the invention. So usually nag-a-attach tayo ng mga reference drawings. Okay? So importante din sa drawings that merong naka-attach na figures or labels. Kasi kung walang figures or labels sa drawing, then mahirap siyang i-explain kung ano yung invention. Okay? And the most important part of a patent application ay yung tinatawag nating claims. Okay, so claims are as broad as possible to define the full scope of protection in the patent. So dito natin makikita kung ano yung prino-protect mong idea. Okay? So how do we get value from our patents? So we have said earlier that patents are property, therefore they have value. So if we try to imagine our patents like a house, so kapag meron tayong bahay, pwede tayong manirahan doon, pwede tayong magkaroon ng tenant or lodger. Okay? So if we live in the house, then similarly we can commercialize our IPs into a new product. Okay, so yun yung analogy natin dito. So if we take in a lodger sa ating bahay, then similarly we can take license or we can license our IP to a third party. So usually yung mga third parties natin ay mga potential investors. Okay? Let out to your house so we can exclusively license our IPs to a third party. And if we want to sell our house, then we can as well assign or sell our IPs to our third party. Okay? So yun yung mga different ways on how we can gain value from our patents or IPs. So ano ba yung mga tinitignan ng investors? So unang-una, dapat meron tayong effective patent protection. So it gives us security against competition from third parties and it gives reassurance that they will see a return on their investment. Kasi kung wala tayong patent protection, then we try to pitch our ideas or products to a potential investor, then most probably hindi niya yan kukunin. Okay? Kasi yung IP itself ay yung reassurance natin for us to have a good return of our investment. Ano pa yung tinitignan ng investors? So yung ating freedom to operate. So it gives assurance that third parties will not be able to stop you entering your marketplace and gives reassurance that they will see a return on their investment. So parang ano lang din to, kaakibat ng pagkakaroon ng effective patent protection. And the last one is proper entitlement of inventorship. So gives assurance that no one else can claim the IP or invalidate the patent. Okay, so syempre dapat sigurado yung ating investors na kung sino yung talagang may-ari or yung nag-invent ng product na yun. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. I hope you have learned something.